by to check out another video. And tonight, we are actually going to be kicking another YouTuber spotlight, BeerTuber spotlight. And I'm going to be bringing in the one, the only, the hostess with the mostest on the West Coastest. I'm going to be bringing in Beer Man tonight. So welcome, Beer Man. Welcome.
Thank you.
If you're not familiar with Beer Man's channel, we'll get into talking about that here in a little bit as well. Share some good stuff. But Beer Man is lighting it up out there on the West Coast, out in Oregon. And another great spotlight to hopefully bring to you that you guys will enjoy. Get to learn a little bit more about Beer Man, and make sure you check out his channel as well, which will get you all those details here too. So what's going on, my man? How you doing tonight, brother?
Just doing great, man. Relaxing. My day off, just chilling.
Yeah, this is like your Saturday right here, right? So
yeah, Friday will have my Friday. Tomorrow will be Saturday.
Yeah, you get like the midweek weekend, so to speak. So
right,
interesting, but
gonna stay up late another morning.
As long as there are 2 days in a row, does it really matter when they actually happen?
Yeah, it goes so fast. It really does.
Like, hey, yeah, what do you mean everybody's at work right now? I'm off. Where's everybody at? That's the downside of it. So,
right.
So what do you? Let's start off with this. So, what are you drinking tonight?
Right now, I'm drinking Buku. It's one of my favorites, man. By Mother Earth Brewing.
All right.
It's real pineapple-y. Got a lot of pine in it as well. It's an IPA. 6.5%. Mother Earth has some really good beers, man. Have you ever had their beers before?
I've not had their beers. Are they out of Oregon as well, or?
They're actually, I think, out of Southern California.
Okay.
Well, they have Vista, California, and Nampa, Idaho. Those are production breweries.
Nice.
They're big areas.
So many breweries are out there. It's hard to stay up on them all.
So many, yeah. Especially in like Portland, where I'm at now. I mean, I'm just west of. I'm on the coast, but Portland's got like I don't know how many breweries out there, and they keep on building, keep on coming. It's like, geez.
Yeah.
But competition's crazy.
But it's always fun to actually try to keep up with them. So.
Yeah. Try to. Yeah.
You always go to fest with a plan. That plan never really comes to full fruition. I mean, I saw one story one time where one guy did taste every beer at a beer fest, like 120 beers, but he wasn't drinking all the beers, right? He would like take a sip, didn't like it, he just poured out. And you're not really enjoying yourself as much. You're just trying to beat the clock and get all these beers and stuff. So,
right.
You get the beers you're going to actually enjoy is my take on it. But so that when you said that one, you said it was an IPA or?
Yeah, it's I want to say it's more on the lines of a Northwest style, or I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it's got its really good balance. It's got a real good malt and hop balance. They say it has tasting notes light and fresh, tangerine, citrus, and forest pine. I mean, I really get kind of a pineapple pine, but I don't know. That's just my palate, but yeah, everyone has different palates, but it does have that pine though. It's really good. It's really tasty. The other one I like is Bat Squatch. I really love Bat Squatch, Rogue's Bat Squatch.
Now I've heard about it. I haven't had that one either, but I've heard about the Bat Squatch as well.
That one's very pineapple-y.
Really?
Very pineapple-y. Oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man. What are you drinking on, man?
Who's asking the questions, me or you? What's going on here?
Oh, I'm just kidding, brother.
So I'm actually going to open up. I'm letting it warm up a little bit more. It's a Imperial Russian Stout.
Nice.
And this is I've actually got two of them. And I'm going to do a review on two of these later on. I'm going to do an individual and then a side-by-side of them both together. I'll just knock out both. They're only 10% ABV each, so I can do two of those with no problem, right? So,
great.
Yeah, and these are like the 2012 and the 2013 edition vintage. It is an Imperial Russian Stout, Courage Imperial rich espresso body with pear overtones and intriguing fresh, smoky, fruity finish. And these ones are actually, you talk about dates on bottles. This one is actually good out to 2025.
Wow.
And then the other one is out to 2026. But they tell you on it, like, you can actually hold these like 13 years or whatever, which is kind of cool.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Really long time, man. I bought one. I should have brought it out. I don't know why I didn't do that, but it's an Imperial Baltic Port. You know, like are they all they're all Imperial? Well, it's an 8. What is it?
Is it 8%?
11.5%. So it's definitely Imperial as all hell.
Yeah, the 8% is usually the Imperial mark that they shoot for, right? So
right,
or above is an Imperial. At some point, they become triples, but after 8, I don't know, you're just an Imperial at that point. But you get another 12, 13%. They're like, oh, triple IPA or something like that.
Triple,
like,
right.
How would you really know? I mean, where's the cutoff? I mean, you just throw that out there now. So.
Now this some guy on Facebook was like, yeah, man, I posted on Facebook, you need to condition that for like, like let it sit for another month or so, or however long, or even a year if we can do it, and you say you can go till 2025, and I was looking at that, it was like 2022, I think, is the shelf life for that one. So it's just real interesting. So I'm going to hold on to it for a month and then try it, but it's going to be hard.
Yeah, that's why people will buy 2 of them and they'll drink one now and they'll hold the other one for later. But
that's a great idea.
But that'll fill up your cellar quickly. You start doing that, buying in 2. Then drain your bank account a little quicker. But yeah, so I picked these up, and then I had like a snifter glass that came with it too. So
that's great.
On the front, it's like etched like the Russian Imperial Stout there, if I get it held right. So
that's cool, man.
The hashtag proper glassware to the proper glassware folks that'll be watching. So I'm going to crack this open here. I'm going to let it breathe for a little bit. Make sure I got the right one. The 2012 I'm going to do first. But what got you into beer?
What got me into beer? I've been drinking since I was, young. Parties, this, that, but what got me into craft beer? I don't know, back in like 2007 or something. Mm-hmm. A guy at my work taught me how to make beer, and we kind of went from there. We started making beer, more and more and more beer, and I think I got into it more than he did, and he just kind of went his own way. I went mine, and I started getting into all grain brewing, and so I stopped for a little while, and I started getting into this idea that I wanted to just do like some reviews to get me back into the whole click again until I get my system built, because I'm building a nice elaborate system right now. It's pretty nice. It's costing a little too much money, but it's going to be worth it though. But until then, I thought doing YouTube, doing tastings and stuff just to get me into the picture would be a good thing. Just to be part of it, But yeah, a friend of mine taught me how to make beer, and that's what did it. I can't put a 6-pack down. I have to drink every night, man. I mean, I like to taste though. I like to be a connoisseur more or less than a drunk, I like to get buzzed too now. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes too much.
You've been into beer for how long now, you think?
Like I said, I think 2007.
Okay.
Craft beer, craft beer wise, maybe even earlier than that. But I've been drinking since '92. I hope I was raised in a strict family, strict Mormon faith family, so I never really experienced anything until I was like 18.
So it got loose a little bit then, huh?
Yeah, just went off the hook. But now I got the weed stuff and all that, so it's kind of interesting, but different loop in the whole YouTube world. But yeah.
Well, speaking of the YouTube world, What was it that got you to go into YouTube, to get a channel going, to get you rolling and doing something?
I was bored. I wanted to meet friends. I have my wife. She's my best friend, but I wanted some guy friends and some girl friends and I just wanted friends. And I thought that would be the best way to meet is through social media. And you have Facebook, you have all that, but I like to express myself through video. I think it's kind of fun, and I love beer, so I figured I'd do some reviews.
Yeah.
But,
And then how long ago was it when you started your channel?
shoot, it's been like at least a year and a half, almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yep.
Yeah.
Knew nothing about YouTube at all. I was like, whatever. Okay, cool. Let's do some videos.
You ever go back and see the old videos and see what the differences were compared to now at all, or?
Oh yeah, like major progress. I think that's just a personal opinion though, but I think anyone would say the same. I was a bud tender. I sold weed legally in Oregon over the counter and this and that, had the license and everything. And I stopped doing that and was like, okay, cool. And I was smoking a lot of weed at the time. And so I was a lot more stoned. I was a lot more on the drunk side when I would drink because I got nervous in front of the camera, and I didn't know how to be, I didn't know how to act, I didn't know descriptors as well as I do today. There's a lot of things that you start like figuring out in a format and like the way that you do things, from the smell to the look to the taste or whatever you do. It's just amazing. The progress has been awesome. It's been cool to look back, and I like to keep those videos so you can look back at them. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's always good to look back at the early ones, see where you were, where you're at now. You're like, man, what was I doing when I was doing this? And it's funny when people comment on it and they say, "Oh, nice video. I like you should see the new shit I'm doing right now." That's the old stuff. That old stuff was terrible.
Right. So fun to look at, though.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, you have to look at the beginning, so where you like stumbled or fell before where you're at now, where you're running. So you always want to go back and kind of just see those things. And one thing about YouTube is always an ever changing, steady game that you're trying to build up and grow to the next level and stuff.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. And speaking of growth, let me go ahead and pull this up because I want to make sure we get your channel there too. Let me switch over on my screen.
Man, Rod, you're awesome, man. This is great.
Oh, thanks.
Nice.
It's all about sharing the love. And
yeah.
that's what I try to do with everybody and make sure people get to check you out. But if you're not familiar with the BeerVentures channel, and I got it up here, I want to make sure I had it full screen. Make sure you check it out. Very simple to find. If you go to your search bar on YouTube, it's just Beer Space Man, which is, you would think other people would have been there, but you really kind of, whatever reason, if you control that space, there's nobody else even close. You come up there as the first thing usually. And it's just funny when you think of sometimes simplicity wins, right? So you go to check out Beer Man. Here's his channel. You got him sans beard as he's smiling into the beer glass. And you got great artwork on the picture up here for the cover art. And then you can go right here, hit that subscribe button and subscribe and hit the alarm bell so you're notified. And then you can see all the different videos that he does, including some of the cannabis reviews, which we'll talk about your editing and all kinds of stuff because you got a great eye, my friend. So just a whole bunch of nice, fun stuff on here that he's actually doing. One of the faster growing beer channels I think I've seen on YouTube. So much props to you on that. And there's a lot of channels that come on and try to do stuff. And, YouTube is funny. So you have to be able to grab that attention of people. You got to be able to hold people in there and have people want to check out your stuff. And you've been able to do that very well. When you look at some of the video views and the numbers you're putting up, it's awesome. I mean, I know other people that have been on longer that are not matching to the views that you're doing there. So that's to your success and a great job you're doing.
Thank you.
But make sure you guys do check out Beer Man and check out the channel. And I'll put a description in the his link in the description field. Actually, it's already in the description field. So if you went there and hit that link, it'll take you over to his channel as well. So
Cool.
yeah.
That's great.
But about doing the YouTube, so like I said, you've got an eye, and I know you kind of mess around with it before, the whole editing type thing, but the editing skills definitely come out on the video, from the changing of the different intros to the graphics during the video to the speeding or slowing down of some of the talk. And I mean, how do you come across all these concepts in your head? What makes it really like, you're like just looking at it as a canvas and you're just putting it out there and it just produces this great piece by the time you're done with it?
I have no idea.
Is it the weed?
Sometimes. No, I have to, I have to drink beer when I do these edits. So a lot of times I'm somewhat belligerent, but I'm not too bad. But yes, weed does help. I have done a lot of psychedelics in the past, and I've always been into theater and art, and I was a web designer for a long time, for about 13 years. So I've got kind of a creative eye, I guess, as far as where I go with things, and I see certain things. If I bend over, I add a little fart noise, or I'll do this or do that. Just funny stuff, just to bring people in, so it's not so boring. And not that anything's boring, but you want to add light to stuff. You want to lift it up more and bring the attention to the person looking at it. It's like an audition. The first 5 seconds or whatever, they're like, "Yeah, no, I don't like you, dude." It's that first impression that always matters, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. It's just fun. It's fun to get artsy fartsy with stuff and get all like crazy with the sound effects coming in all dynamically with like what you're saying, and like, I don't know, it's weird. I just look for it, I guess, and search for it and find it and put it together, and there you go.
Now, do you pull up like your analytics at points? Do you look at like your click-through rate or anything, or because I would think your click-through rate is probably pretty decent as well.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
I was saying, like, do you go through your analytics and everything? Like, do you look at your click-through rate and see how well your videos are performing, or you just kind of just put them up there and move to the next one?
I do. Recently, I've been looking because I've been trying to work on my watch hours and stuff, because I finally got over 1,000, and so now I'm just concentrating on that. But like, yeah, I like to look and see how many likes I've had, how many how many minutes people have been watching my videos and this and that. But I just keep going. I don't really, I guess everything's for fun. It's not really to make money, but I also like the family I've met. Like, all you guys are like freaking wonderful. Like, I think that's what makes it work the most, is that you don't want to put it down, because there's so many good people out there, you included,
Oh,
Yeah,
it can definitely be a part. I don't know if I'm getting active mine or yours. I might be getting them.
Oh, is it on my?
I don't know if it's mine or yours. I didn't. Usually I don't get it too much, but like that. But yeah, that's the fun of the craft beer community. That kind of leads into my other thing, like, what do you really enjoy about like craft beer? I feel like, the community is a part of it and stuff, but anything that you kind of really enjoy about craft beer?
What I enjoy about craft, I like to try the different flavors. I like to try the different styles, even if it's nasty to me. I think that's the surprise, the attack of surprise, or however you can word that. I really like. I love the surprise. That's the best. It's like opening a gift every time for Christmas. You don't know what's under that gift. You don't know what's inside that box. You open it up and you immediately might smell one, or you immediately might. Yeah, I just love how people can craft something together and make it taste like it does, and have it be called a style of beer, or have it be called, oh no, that's how it's supposed to be, dude. Wow. I've never heard of that before, and oh my God, I'm gonna have another one. It's the amazing part about it. I just love it. I just love it. It enthralls me. It gets me going. Making beer is even better. When you can make your own beer and try it. And be excited about that. Surprise.
Now, have you
I have well, I brewed for probably 5, 6 years, and I got tired of brewing outdoors, dealing with the elements, this that. So I've been working on an electric system that I could use inside. So I'm currently trying to build that. But it's been about 2, 3 years, 3, 4 years actually, since I've brewed any beer. So I got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah. Only doing inside for a bit before the wives usually put you out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Any husband knows what I'm talking about there.
We're off the stove. Yeah. You broke my stove.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's my favorite pot. What?
That's my favorite pot. Well, I've got a brew shed out in the back or on the side of the house here, that I'm gonna, I'll get the plumbing done. I'll have an electrician put in either a sub panel or something like that, so I can plug in my system and have a drainage, some kind of drainage and this that, kind of like an indoor home brewery. That's what I plan on doing. So hopefully.
Let's do this real quick. I'm gonna, because I really enjoyed it. I've only seen it like the one time I think thus far. So I'm gonna actually share your trailer.
Oh, nice.
Your trailer is nice. It's a new trailer. You brought it to the channel. So I want to go ahead and roll that footage. As they say, roll that beautiful footage.
Good, you got that one. Okay, the other one, this is the newer one that I re-edited.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it full screen here. But the only thing is with StreamYard, sometimes it's kind of weird or laggy. So let's see if it does it.
What should I try next?
And weed.
That's legit. That's legit right there. I always enjoy that. That's good stuff for sure.
Well, it's easier to do reviews on both now. I don't have to jump back and forth to another channel.
Yeah, a while back when I first started doing YouTube, I created one of the I don't know if it was Soundtrap or whatever, one of the music programs, created a little theme song I was using for a while, and then I like switched it up. People started getting used to the other one, but it's kind of cool in there. But it's like you got the little harmony. Is weed is beer time with the beer man, or we like it's like a nice little touch there. You get the note perfectly and stuff. So talking about beers, any beers that are a favorite style of yours right now? Anything you like to prefer as far as like your top 3 styles you enjoy the most?
Yeah, well, I'm really liking the milkshake IPAs, or even really any IPA, to be honest. I want to get more into the IPA in general. There's so many different subcategories of IPA now that it's like, I don't know if that's the way you would put it. So many other different IPAs. But I like Belgians. I want to get more into the Belgian ales, any Belgian, and I really want to get into the wheats. The wheats. Yeah, with a T.
The weed and the wheats.
I already know what the weed's like. No, no, the unfiltered wheat beer. Unfiltered wheat beers though are great. I really like. I can't remember the last one I had, but it was so delicious. It had like even some bubblegum flavors in there and some weird, crazy flavors that I've just never tasted before. And that's where the surprise comes in. It's so amazing.
Which is kind of funny because, for instance, like some of the breweries are now putting like that bubblegum type feel, but for the longest time, bubblegum was seen as an off flavor if you were like doing a beer or whatever. Like, you're not supposed to have a bubblegum, but it's like, you know what? We kind of like that bubblegum. Let's go ahead and mess around with it a little bit more. And like, it used to be like if you got banana and it wasn't like a Belgian type thing, but now brewers are messing with banana and stuff. So it's
banana too. Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing. I mean, it's all fun and stuff. I mean, there's some stuff that are being done that I think one of the worst beers I've had, I say worse, it wasn't really a bad beer, but it was a beer that really took me off guard, was one that was serrano peppers.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's
It's kind
crazy.
of like serrano peppers are in it, but so is the heat. Like, you didn't realize you guys didn't temper this down at all. Like, you're drinking it, you're burning your lip, but you don't want to stop, so you're still drinking it. It's like,
You don't want to stop. Does it burn, dude? Did it burn?
you're like, Mama didn't raise any punks. I'll finish this glass, So, but there's different things that are being done, which does make it interesting. What's kind of like a unique beer you may have come across? Anything offhand comes to mind that you're like, how the hell do you even pull this off here?
Right? They have to balance that just right, though, to make it drinkable, though,
Yeah.
That's,
Were there any that you came across like that kind of like surprised you?
the last one I did wasn't actually, no, there was one, man, no, I don't. That surprised me. The cucumber one I did, there was a cucumber pickle one I did that was really weird. And I thought it would really be gross, and actually wasn't that bad. It was a sour, it was a Berliner Weiss. It wasn't so bad. I've had worse Berliner Weisses.
But you did get the cucumber feel, because I've done a few cucumber beers, and you do get that cucumber coming out.
Cucumber, yeah, and like even like a dill. There was like some dill and pickle going on in this one. Some kind of craziness like that. But it's just crazy. I just love it, man. I went to a brewery. Speaking of crazy beers, I went to one brewery in Portland. I can't think of the name of it again. Too much weed or something. But I went there. It's they have like herbs. They introduce herbs and stuff into their beers. This one had passion flower. It was a passion flower pale ale, and boy, was it strange and floral and tasty. Just strange. But it's just really cool how you can add. I did a Scottish ale and added heather once instead of a whole lot of hops, because that's how they used to make the Scottish ales back in the day when they couldn't grow hops. I was just kind of reading about that, and it's kind of interesting how you can't grow hops in like certain colder areas like Scotland and all that. So they went with heather flowers to be the flavor, or to counteract with the sweetness and this and that. And it really, really wasn't that bad. So it's really interesting. I love craft beer, man.
Well, that one definitely sounds interesting. On the opposite end of the spectrum, had there been any styles that you don't like? Anything that's kind of like you don't want? You're like, I don't want to try this one again, or
I'm not too. I don't want to say I don't like anything sour. It's not that I don't like the sours. I just haven't been able to find one that really makes me scream out going, hey, I want another one. Yeah. So those are kind of ones I'm not really interested in, but I do them anyway. Man, what else? I don't know.
I mean, like for me, like shandies are, people that know me, like shandies are not a favorite of mine at all. Like I've bars do a drain pour on shandies before, it's because I wanted the glass. So
just wanted the glass.
I'll pay for the beer, pour it out, but just give me the glass.
Oh man. Well, the pumpkin ales are the I don't like those so much. Those are kind of ugh. Some of them though, their last one I had like a McDonald's apple pie kind of taste to it, so it wasn't that bad. But I had one by Lionel Lugels, man. Lionel Lugels, or however it is.
Yeah, Lionel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their Halloween one or whatever they have, it's the most disgusting beer I've ever had. I barely put it in my mouth, and I could not even hold it on my tongue. Like everything exploded with nastiness. And it was something I could not do.
Yeah. It doesn't sound very pleasant.
Yeah, dude.
I had a joke in there, but I'll let that go because.
Oh, no. Exploded in my mouth. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Or exploded out of my mouth. All right.
So what are some of your favorite breweries you like to enjoy?
Oh man, I love Rogue. I think they got some good beers. I really like 10 Barrel. It's one of my favorites. There are a lot of the West Coast breweries and stuff. I don't know a whole lot of other ones. You know what one I miss a lot is Meantime. I haven't seen Meantime in a while.
Are they there, or did they close down, or?
I don't know what happened to them, but they had this really, really delicious, like a chocolate porter that they had, and it tasted like chocolate milk, but it was really, really delicious. It was definitely a desserty porter, but it was so good. They just really make their beers well, and they come in that long, skinny like neck with the fat body. Have you ever seen their bottles and stuff?
No, I haven't seen them before. No.
Or is it Meantime? That hold on, what am I thinking of here? Meantime. It is Meantime. What's that? There's Modern Times, right?
Modern Times, yeah.
There's Modern Times, and then there's Meantime. Yeah, Meantime has the one I'm talking about. But yeah, I miss them. What's the one that you are the one I haven't seen in Idaho in a long time? I saw them in Idaho, and you did some reviews of their stuff. Lupulin.
Oh, Odell.
Odell's Brewing. I really like their stuff. I missed their beers quite a bit.
Yeah, I was able to get them when I went to Texas, so I saw them there. So I scooped up like 4 or 5 of them because I heard so much good stuff about them.
Yeah, did you like them? Or
yeah, they were all pretty decent. All the reviews I did, I was pretty impressed with. I mean, they lived up to the name in my mind as far as people talking about them as being a good brewery. They delivered on all of them.
Right.
Now, Meantime is out of London. Is that who you're thinking of? Meantime?
Yeah, it is. Okay. They have a chocolate one. Sorry, Rod.
That's all right. Are you good? I haven't seen them before. Now, some of the guys that watch over in the UK, they're probably familiar, like Craig over at Kent Beer Reviews. He watches, and obviously he's probably more familiar with them, or Harry from Blue Nose and Peter from Clueless Drinker, but from Dean's Beer Reviews. So all those guys over there, they get stuff over there I can't get here, which is like funny. Like they'll do a video and it'll be like Trillium something. And it's like, how the hell did you get Trillium? We can't get Trillium where we're at. We're in the States. And it's like they have these distributors when they get stuff delivered over there at points.
Right. Man, that'd be great to get Trillium.
Well, their thing over there, they can order. You know how we got the 3 levels of beer over here, like the distributor, the brewery, or the retailer. Over there, they just can order anything they want online and gets delivered. Like here, we got like state laws that stop certain beers from coming in. Yeah. They don't have to deal with that, really.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I don't even know. You can't even like ship. You have to like be very careful on that too. You know, I mean, because I know USPS asks, "Do you have any liquid or anything like that?" in there, and it's like, well, shoot. What do I say?
Yeah, USPS is not one of the favorable ones to actually try, but
UPS or something. Yeah, that's.
I actually had one. Somebody sent me a beer one time, and it came, and I had sent them the beer, but I had actually used UPS from inside an Ace Hardware store.
Oh well.
So it went to them, but when they sent it back, they had the wrong address. They pulled the address from the Ace Hardware store instead of my address. So they're like, "Oh, it's delivered." It's like, "Well, I didn't get anything." They're like, "No, it was delivered." It's like I pulled up a line and I saw the address. I was at the Ace Hardware store. I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be interesting." So I'm like, going to go in there and see if they got the package or whatever, which they did. I looked like the package was on the shelf and it was like already open. I'm like, "Oh, now I got to explain why there's beer in this package or like that and everything." And they were all cool about it. Like, "Oh, this is yours? Okay, blah, blah, blah." They're like, I felt like if I wouldn't have been there before Ace closed at 7, somebody was taking that beer home. So luckily.
Like, who the hell is this dude?
Yeah. Because what are you going to do? Like, if they took it, like, you can't really go anywhere with it. Like, "Oh, someone took my beer. You can't ship beer, sir." Well, like, yeah, someone had. So you kind of like, you couldn't do anything, right? So.
Return to sender.
But and all the beers were in there too, all intact and everything. So we got a trustworthy Ace Hardware here. So
well, what's funny is I'll get like nutrients for my growing and stuff. And it's liquid and it comes USPS. So I don't really understand why that happens. I don't know what they say. Do they say it's a snow globe? Do they is it like lotion or like some kind of weird, what are you got in there?
Some people do say lotion. Some people say like sauces or it's a prototype for something maybe they're working on. Like they'll just say, I'm making this special sauce or something, so it's a little shaky or whatever. But people will do all kinds of stuff. I mean, the people they're taking don't really care. They're asking a question because they have to ask a question, you know.
Of course. Yep.
But they're a little more. I guess they're a little more. I wouldn't say nosy. I'll just say careful because that's their job. Maybe at USPS than they are like FedEx or UPS. But if you do it online, you get a UPS drop box. You just drop it in. It's too late.
Yeah.
You already got it. Got to deliver it.
What's FedEx like, man?
Yeah.
What,
FedEx. I mean, FedEx, they got like drop off stuff for them too and everything. They cost more than UPS, I believe, though. But
okay.
I know some people that have used FedEx who are doing it too. So
yeah,
they had that whole Texas thing that we had with the Texas bombing situation a while back. That kind of changed the game on people being extra careful now on packages. So that one person screwed up for everybody, really. Because in Kentucky, you could get alcohol sent into Kentucky. And when they did that, they wouldn't even let alcohol come into Kentucky now, which is like weird that affected that. But yeah, they got real stringent on everything. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, only takes one jackass to screw it up for everybody.
Yeah, just leave it up to the jackass.
Yeah,
jackass.
So here's a question for you. Get your thinking cap on. I always give thinking cap questions to the guests. So you're stuck on an island. You got 5 beers in your backpack. I know, not 6, like a 6-pack. I'm only going to give you 5. Which 5 do you have in your backpack for the night?
Oh, man, this is like my mix of 5 now. I do mix of 6.
Yeah.
Shoot. Joe IPA, 10-barrel Joe IPA. I get Starburst, Ecliptic's Starburst IPA. I would get the Buku. I would get the Rogue, Bat Squatch, and I would get. Hold on, I'll be right back.
You're gonna go get what you would get.
Really get this. This is delicious. Alphadelic IPA by Hot Valley.
Okay, we got a lot of IPAs.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of IPAs there, yeah.
Yeah, I like IPAs. They make me happy. They make me hoppy.
So if you were stranded on an island and you could only have one style for the rest of your life, what would it be? Would it be IPA?
Yeah. I love IPAs.
Final answer?
That's my final answer. I do like pales too. I like anything bitter, anything citrusy and fruity. And not in a foo-foo way, just, fruity. I'm not,
well played there. Well played.
I can settle with a porter, though. I can settle with any porter. I love porters. I like browns. I like ambers. I like that whole darker family. I like a good stout. It's really nice. So.
Yeah, brown ales isn't something that we see as much made up as more, but I always enjoy a nice brown ale. So I'm glad when breweries do put those together as well.
Yeah, I like brown ales. Yeah, you said you like the maltier ones one time when we were.
Yeah, I do like maltier type feel. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I like more some of the double IPAs than just your standard IPA, because when you're going double, you're increasing that malt factor, so you're getting more of a sweetness out of it than just that dryness that you get on the regular base IPA. So it's like they just came out with the Bell's Double Two Hearted, which I enjoyed probably a little bit more than I did the regular IPA, only because it has a little bit more of that sweetness back into it. It's kind of got a little bit of a molasses type feel sometimes, or it can be like a little bit of a, say more of a sugary type play, but it's got a little bit more of a sweet factor to it that you get on some of the doubles than you do on some of the single editions.
Mm-hmm. That dry, you like the dry. I like the dry in the back to cut it all off. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that dryness that just finishes it off. Like you taste everything, boom, 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 and then dry, and you have to have another sip.
Right? It's like, what are you doing? Drink another one right here. So But a lot of times mood does play into how we feel about the beer and stuff too. So I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know, there's days where I just want like an IPA because it's going to be the thing to drink. Or I've gotten more into, you mentioned wheat ale, so I got more into some of those. Like once in a while, I enjoy some of those, especially like in the hotter type days, and I found some really good ones there. But my favorite style is the Belgian style ales. Like you mentioned Belgian as well. Like I got Belgian, and then stouts and IPAs are like my top 3 categories of beers I actually have, is the ones I really like to enjoy as much. So,
Right.
But
Perfect.
they're all good. They're all good.
They all are good, man. Yeah, I'm right there with you for sure.
Except for me, the Shandy. Not so good, Shandy. Not so good.
Shandy. Locals Halloween special.
So in your video, one of the newer things you've done is kind of an interesting concept is word of the day. So your videos, you have the word. So what did you come across this concept, or what's the meaning behind it, or why did you decide to employ something like that? I mean, I know it helps to probably keep interest going, but what is like the whole thing when you came up with this whole word of the day type concept?
I had a channel. I'm not gonna. I don't remember I'm not gonna say names, but they decided to unfollow me because I went live and they didn't like it or something. I don't know what's going on with that one, but anyways, they gave me they gave me this idea though, and I was like, what can I do? And so I was like, okay, let's add a little game to it, and let's let them pick the word 3 times. You know, let them find it. It helps people look at my videos too. You know, it helps them to actually interact with it and look at it, and then I give a prize at the end of the month. You know, gladly. By the way, you know, I love it. I love sending something away to people. But I recently changed it. I'm actually going with just like my channel and comment, a bona fide comment, you know, something that's official, you know, hey, I liked it. I hit the like button, blah, blah, blah. And I'll enter you in, you know, you don't have to look for the 3 words anymore. It just became a problem editing. It took too long to put all that initial stuff in. So I was like, all right, let's make it more easier.
You're like, you put up, are you putting like a video a day usually on your channel?
If I don't do a review, I'm going live. It just depends, and usually I'll do a review on the live. And you actually gave me that idea too, because you do those live reviews a lot. So I think we all kind of take off of each other and in a certain way, you know. And I hope, in respects to you, you know, I think it's really cool to learn off of each other and to find certain things that work, you know. Maybe someone does something that someone likes and you're like, that's cool. I don't want to copy, you know, I never want to copy or anything like that. I just, it's really good to see ideas come about, you know? I don't know. But
imitation is always the best form of flattery, right? So.
What's that?
Imitation is always the best form of flattery.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've seen, you know, like I've seen other stuff and people are like, that's interesting. And it's like, wait a second, wasn't I doing that before? So like I've seen sometimes when that happen. I mean, it don't bother me. Everybody should borrow off each other. You know, I was a hip hop DJ for years in college. So, you know, sampling was a part of the art. So you sample off of other artists and stuff. So now if somebody tried to fully imitate you, like that's kind of, you don't want to do that, especially with YouTube. People will catch that pretty easily and stuff. But it's like there was stuff that I did like as a certain segment or a title of a show before, and then other people would try to do it on their channel, and I would get emails. Did you see what so and so's trying to do right now? And it's like, I don't know. They don't know if they're going to do. If they're copying, they're going to fall flat at some point themselves. So I'm not even worried about what they're doing, you know. But if people ain't hating you, you ain't doing nothing, right? So if people, yeah, those guys hated on you. That means you're doing a good thing. So
right.
Keep doing what you're doing. Here's an interesting question. So, what, if anything, have you learned about yourself while you're doing YouTube?
Man, that's a good question. Actually, that just came up not too long ago, yesterday, with my wife. I was trying to talk to her about this, and I think the best thing that's ever come about it is I've been able to interact with people better. I've been able to look at myself enough and understand myself enough to where I can actually go out and talk to people without worrying about what I look like anymore, because I've seen myself so much on video. You know, everyone always worries about what they look like, what they sound like, what they are, what this, what that. And that depression starts to sit in and everything starts to get killed, you know, one by one, by one, by one, then you're jumping off the bridge. You know, I really believe this will help a lot of people with depression. I think it'll help a lot, unless you got like a bully on here being a douche. But I really think this has helped me a lot. Yeah, I've had some problems with people not liking me, this, that, whatever. But for the most part, I've met nothing but good people. And that's what keeps me afloat. That's what keeps me going. I love what I do here. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the compensation I get from YouTube, whatever. That's the last thing on my mind. The cool thing is I've met good friends. So that's what keeps me going.
Well, there's definitely confidence to it, so that makes it.
Yep.
Yeah. And I've had some people tell me like it's giving them more confidence to like speak in public at different stuff too. I mean, you do it, and it's kind of like for me, I still tell like a few of the guys, like I still get nervous when I go to do some of the streams, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I once saw like Chris Rock do an interview, and he said if you're not nervous, you don't even care. And here's a guy that's done stand up how many times in his life, right? So when I used to be on the radio, you were nervous before you went on because you didn't want to flub anything. You wanted to have all your stuff down pat, and at a point you just get into that groove and you get into that zone, and then you start going around and people start recognizing you or knowing you, and it's kind of like it's usually like a complimentary boost a lot of times. I mean, like people I ran into that have recognized from YouTube has always been positive, and so that kind of encourages you even more to do a lot of that stuff and everything. So you don't sweat the small stuff either, because it's kind of like you got your own thing, you're doing what you're doing, and you're right. It does, like if you have depression, stuff like that and everything, that can help to keep that at bay and everything. It's a great
something to do.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. As an outlet or a way to express. I mean, just like some people like to draw, some people like to write, some people like to do that. I mean, I do writing as well, but YouTube is another way I can express myself like that. And I think that's why I do enjoy doing those things. And you have people that are watching that enjoy those type of things, and it's kind of like it just fits well. So no, but that's a great answer for what you had there and everything. So
Honesty is a good thing. Oh, sorry. No, honesty is a good thing, though. I like it when people are honest with people. When you get the honest answers and you get the honest comments from people, that really makes the world go around. Some people will be like 27. Yeah, okay, dude, gotcha. I really did take me a while to edit this video for you, but okay, thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, there are sometimes you see a comment just like if somebody likes it or a comment, you always reply back to that, but you're kind of like, I think sometimes you wish there was a little bit more of a deeper feel into something like that. What did you really enjoy about? What did you like about? Was it just the entertainment value of it, or was it you wanted to like you didn't know hops worked a certain way, or you didn't know this beer tasted a certain? And I get a lot of good feedback comments on mine, but occasionally you'll have something that pops up, and nothing wrong with a simple reply too and stuff. But it's just funny sometimes. It's like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, oh, like number 27. And you're like, that's it. That's all I got. Like,
that's all I got. All right.
So,
you like it, dude? Look like you liked it. Like 27. Yeah. Okay.
Well, do you ever think like, and I don't know if it happens to you as much or if it happens once in a while, because in the blue moon it happened to me too. Like, you'll get like a thumbs down, and it's kind of like, I wish YouTube had a way to say what was the thumbs down for, right? Somebody gave you a thumbs down. Was it like check a box, like didn't like the content,
a reason?
It'd be helpful, right? It'd be constructive criticism. That'd be a nice part of YouTube. And I don't know if you ever get a thumbs down and you kind of think that yourself, like you like to get a little bit of feedback on why somebody didn't like it. I mean,
yeah, I know. I have an idea of who might be the hater, this, that, just because of live streams. Things happen in live streams, and sometimes people go off or they get in trouble or by the moderator or whatever the deal is, and they leave and they thumbs down you or whatever.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, taking the thumbs down still hurts me. It really hurts me, and I won't lie. I wish I could fix it. I wish I knew who did it so that I could at least get a reason to why you didn't like it. They should offer that kind of thing, still keeping it anonymous, but putting an answer as to why. That would help. But yeah.
I think that would be something nice if they did that. Like I said, it didn't have to be who the person was, but just kind of an idea of a category, what made it a thumbs down type thing, And
Yeah.
other people get better and look at stuff, or you might say, well, that person's just a jackass. Easily, I had that in the video. We're paying attention.
They could just blank out the name, just make it unreadable, just a comment. Boom, it's up.
Put a name with the black markers or so you can't see what it is. You're sitting there trying to write in your computer to see if you can see the name.
Right, it's the source code, man. Just go in the back.
Yeah, but I mean, it's YouTube. That all comes with it. It's par for the course, so to speak.
Right. Well, people either they get mad, they get jealous, or they get envious, and it's I guess part of the YouTube world game. I don't know. That's how not everyone's like me or you or nice or me. Everyone's got different personalities.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I mean, there's probably serial killers on here, and I'll never know it. It's kind of scary in a way, but
yeah. He was the nicest guy in the chat. I had no idea.
He's super nice. I wonder why. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a serial
So have you had anything with like trolls or anything, or any type of troll effect that pops up? It seems to me, I mean, I haven't really had them on my channel like in a long time, but it seems like from other people, like the troll may have went down, so maybe YouTube is monitoring them more, or do you still see like troll stuff here once in a while?
Yeah, I see it mainly on Saturday nights. It seems like it's the strongest.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, Saturday nights you get a lot of them coming in, but it's funny, you get the right mods on there and they're all on it.
Yeah.
I don't have a strong computer, so I can't really I don't have all this multitask. I'm trying to work on that, actually, trying to get my desktop working, but until then, it's really nice to have mods that help you out.
Yeah, well, I know when I'm on there for you, I definitely check stuff out. I know D1's all over them too when stuff pops up as well. So
right, check their website, check to see how many subscribers they have, see if they have any content. If they don't have any of that and they got 2 subscribers, they're a troll. But not always. Not always.
New at some point.
Yeah, it's a good indicator.
Yeah. But speaking on the weed tip, have you tried any of the THC beers yet out there, or are they kind of flourishing a little bit in your area?
Not THC, but I did try 2 flowers. Oh shoot, what's the name of the company? My dog. Oh no, dude. Man, you need to go somewhere else, Holmes. My dog kind of let one out.
Your dog basically.
Shoot, that was spicy in my nose. Whew, you lost my train of thought. Oh man, what the heck were we talking about again?
You said 2 flowers. You're talking about 2
flowers. It's a brewery out of Portland, Oregon again, but they have one that has
a Coalition Brewing Company.
Coalition, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, they have a 5 milligram CBD. You don't feel it at all. You don't even get. You get a little bit of earthiness, herbaceousness, this, that, but it's not like weed. You're not tasting cannabis. They are talking about putting THC though in beers though, real small amounts. That might be very interesting to try.
Well, they have THC beers out already in certain areas. I know Oregon, I thought, was one of the states. I know California, I think, Washington, Canada can get stuff now too. So, but the states where they kind of legalized, I think some of the brewers have started to experiment a little bit. Lagunitas does that, like hot water, which might have THC, but it's in water. So,
wow.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, there's some different ones that are out there doing different things, but I figure with you being in Oregon, you might have had some come across your way already.
I haven't seen anything except that Two Flowers one, and I haven't been to Portland in a long time. So I need to find a real good bottle shop out there that has like all these varieties. I like that store you have, man, on your video. That's freaking amazing, like a freaking shopping mart.
That's the one, like the Jungle Gyms one?
I think so. It looked like freaking the Walmart of beers.
That's a playground for adults right there, yeah.
It's probably in La La Land.
Yeah, actually, I stopped over there this past weekend, and got a couple beers. But it was like people just like shopping and hanging out because they have like 20 taps in there as well. So Saturday, people come in there and just drink and hang out, and they got like all these different food places in there. So people get like gyros and sandwiches, or like pho, or Italian, whatever it may be. You're just there drinking and eating. It's like freaking in the middle of a grocery store, but it's like it's an international market, and they have one whole section that is just hot sauce from around the world. I should do a video on that sometime, like some of the hottest hot sauces you can get at this place, and it's just like a whole section of hot sauce. Are you kidding me? Like, it's
awesome.
Yeah. It blows something else too if you take too much of it, but yeah.
Yeah, right. I do want to try a hot beer, man. I've been all into the hot beers lately. I want to try pepper beers.
Well, the one I got, that was the like I said, the Serrano pepper. That was a hot one. I've had some other ones that were chili pepper beers too, and most of them are pretty decent. I like and stuff. So the only one with Serrano was like there was nothing. There wasn't enough to finish taking off some of the edge. Like sometimes you'll get them in these like stouts, so the chocolate stuff will cut back some of the heat. And this one just wasn't having it. You weren't cutting back the heat on this one, so it was still cutting through. And one that from Ballast Point, their habanero sculpin has a little bit of heat to that one too. If you ever try that, because that's out.
Ooh.
Yeah. I
have not, man. Now I'm gonna have to look for that.
Yeah, they got habanero sculpin. Yeah.
Oh man, that sounds good.
And if you ever find out there, because you're on the West Coast, and there's one that I just found out they actually made. You know their Victory at Sea series, Victory at Sea from Ballast Point?
Yes. I want to say I do.
They actually have an Oreo version.
Oh, now? Oreo?
Like an Oreo version of the Victory at Sea. That's one I definitely want to try to find if I can at some point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, if I find it here, I'll go through UPS.
There you go.
That's cool. That's cool.
Any type of food you like to pair with beer? Do you ever try to do matchups when you're drinking and eating, or?
I've tried. I never really got into it. I've been trying to kind of get into that realm, though. You know, where I'm adding that in, and I've been trying to read down, what is it, craftbeers.com or craftsomething.com. They have like a whole lineup of all the styles, and they let you like look at everything about that style, and they even tell you the food pairing and everything. What is it?
Well, craftbeer.com does a lot of that for sure.
Yeah, craftbeers.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love their site, and they really help you out with a lot of the food pairing. I like to what I recently did wasn't a pairing, but it was more of a trying to get into. I wanted to know what the taste because IPAs are so complex, man. In my opinion, IPAs have so many different fruit flavors and citrus flavors that it's really hard to pick one out. Like, I don't know what it is. They're like harder than a stout or a porter, in my opinion. Like, I look at it and I'm like, damn, what is this? Mango? Is this freaking tropical fruit? Is it guava? Is it papaya? Is it lemon? What am I getting out of this? So what I did is I went ahead and bought a bunch of fruit, and I did a lot of tastings, not on video, but just at home, and tasted all these things: grapefruit, lemon, freaking, peach, apricot, all these things, just to get an idea. So it's really nice to get into the food world with beer. We all eat food with our beer for the most part. Who doesn't? I mean, I have to eat when I'm drinking. So
Yeah.
it's really nice to know what to drink and eat. You know?
No, that's a smart idea with trying the different ones there. I mean, it's kind of like when I used to brew more, when you would go to get your brewing supplies, smelling all the different hops and smelling the different malts, and you knew what to expect along those lines. But it's like you'll get something and it'll be some type of crazy beer, and it'll have like, I don't know, African plum or something. You're like, what the hell is an African plum supposed to be like, right? So you're trying to figure it out, and then you get something that you're not used to. It's like, well, that must be the African plum. So,
Right?
you get something like a kumquat. Like I've never had a kumquat. I have no idea what you're talking about right now, but going out and tasting and sampling these type of things helps to actually help that adjustment there.
Like lychees, or like those thorny, like they look like a rock, like a hair, like a wig, and you take them apart, and it's like this like white,
Yeah.
yeah, ugly as hell, but they're freaking delicious. And now that I've tasted them, now I won't ever forget what that tastes like.
But you know what I do also is sometimes I try to equate some of the videos to more things that people may have, right? Like, so some people may watch the videos and never have like a kumquat or some type of special fruit or whatever like that and everything. But if it's like, hey, this tastes like a cherry Pop-Tart, a lot of people have had cherry Pop-Tarts, right? So you try to find stuff that might bridge that gap a little bit and try to bring it in that way. And I've had some people reply on some of the videos, man, I'm glad you said that because I thought it was just me, but it does kind of taste that way. Or I'll say it tastes like, a flat Welch's grape soda or something, and people will be able to relate to those kind of things. And it's kind of like,
yep.
Don't try to feel like, I think when you're doing these videos, you have to talk in like this full lecture type speak or whatever. I think break it down as easy as you can that people can identify with stuff. That's what I like about your videos too, is that you do a lot of that when you're breaking stuff down as well. It's not a matter of, trying to keep reaching for something. Like nobody's like, most people are like, I don't know what passion fruit tastes like, right? A lot of people haven't had passion fruit.
No, yeah.
So it tastes like some old red Hawaiian punch or something. They'd be like, oh, shit, I've had Hawaiian punch. I've had that. Right? People can actually relate to a little bit more. It makes it a little easier and stuff. So,
right. I've said something tastes like, one time I was like, oh, this tastes like guava. And I'll go back. I'm like, oh, man, it wasn't guava, dude. I said the wrong thing, but it's already uploaded. Can't change it. It was like papaya, but it's just crazy. I don't know. You're right, though. And a lot of people don't know what those things really taste like. It just sounds good, more or less.
yeah.
If you mess up, you mess up. But it's all good, I guess, in the end.
I say just go with your instinct. Like, I'll get stuff when I taste a lot of the barrel type stuff, or sometimes some of the sweeter stouts, and like I'll get vanilla out of it. It doesn't say vanilla on the can. Like if you're feeling it, then say what you're feeling with it and everything too.
Yeah.
Other people are going to feel that too when they taste it. That's why I try to read the labels as much when I'm actually looking at doing stuff. I do it occasionally now because if it's like a short little story or something about it, I'll read that sometimes for the videos. But freaking like, well, Rogue is bad at it. And Lagunitas is bad at it, but they'll put like freaking a section of a book there, right? And like, who's gonna read all this,
I still read that.
This
big story.
Although the last Beer Flow show, I think it was a Beer Flow or a Hangout a couple weeks ago. We had one in Lagunitas, and we like pulled up the phone, like, let's just call this number, see if it actually works. And it did dial into Lagunitas, so.
Lagunitas is freaking crazy. They always put weird comical stuff on their bottles.
Yeah. Awesome. And I know one of my guys I met down here from the Beer Fest. He works in one in Chicago, so whenever I'm up there, I go check him out and stuff. He does a great tour, and he's been working for years. But it's a great place.
Oh, that's right. They're in Chicago, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
yeah. They got a huge warehouse in Chicago. It's huge.
Wow. Is it production, or do they just keep their stuff there, or what's the
production? And they're on a lease there where it takes them like through, I think it's like 2099, or it's like a 100-year lease or whatever. I mean, this place is huge. Like, if you remember the Batman movie with the Joker with Christian Bale, there was a scene when he drops into like a warehouse, where he drops in on the gangsters or whatever. That was actually shot at Lagunitas in Chicago. That scene.
Oh, crazy, man.
So
That's kind of cool.
yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, neat, man.
And when
That's
people
good.
were like, oh, Heath Ledger was right here. Heath Ledger.
Right there, dude.
I did see the new Joker this past weekend. Pretty good movie. It was pretty
Oh,
good.
nice.
Yeah.
There's a new Joker out, dude. I haven't had TV forever. All I've been looking at is YouTube.
Yeah, it's with Joaquin Phoenix, and it's more of a artistic theatrical type Joker. So it's not like the comics really as much, but it's got a character kind of based that way, and like it has the Waynes in it and stuff like that. But it's almost like the origin of how this person could have been, or maybe he wasn't a Joker. Maybe he inspired the Joker. You just don't know when you're watching the movie.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking. I've seen that. I've seen the preview to that. That looks really great, actually.
Yeah,
Did you like
that was April. I was doing a beer in a trailer for a while, and I had a beer in a trailer clip back in April when the Joker. I was doing that one. So yeah.
Oh, nice. That looks really good. I'm gonna have to see that actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like if someone says they're not like a comic book fan, you can still watch it and enjoy it. It wouldn't even be like a comic book type. It'd be like the writing and everything about that one, because I don't want to spoil anything. That is so spot on. It just makes you consider things that are actually happening today and some of the failures happening in society as well. So it's just It was really good. They did a good job with it. So
that's great. That's great.
But on the beer, any beer trends that you like right now? Anything that you're seeing that you really enjoy? I know you said the milkshake IPA, so I guess that would be kind of one of the trend type things. Anything else that jumps out with you? I know some people are hot and cold on the Brute IPA.
What about the Southwest IPA? What's that all about?
I haven't seen the Southwest IPA.
They've started a new. I don't know if it's in the BJCP standards or anything, but it's something new they've been talking about. It's a Southwest. I don't know if they're putting chilies in there. I don't know what they're doing, but
yeah.
I would like to find out more about the Southwest IPA. San Diego's been putting out a lot of really good IPA style beers.
Now, I heard about the San Diego Pale Ale. I don't know if that's anything special they're trying to start there as well, but I heard that style.
Oatmeal Pale Ale. Have you ever had one of those?
I've not had one of those, but that would be not too much off of like the hazy IPA. I mean, it might not be as hazy, but it's going to be like a creaminess to it.
Yeah, creamy.
Creamy than juicy, I guess, maybe.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Creamy, juicy, light, mouth water, just real refreshing.
Yeah, so that's what you can chug real easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a summer beer.
Yeah. Have you ever done a chug video on your channel?
On my lives, I've chugged a few. I've chugged a few. Yeah. But never a like an actual chugging review though. Or a chugging thing.
I see people do the chug videos and just, I don't know. I don't want to drink my craft beer that fast usually. I don't want to enjoy it.
What I do when I do lives is I'll buy my lights and I'll buy my heavies. And so I'll get my sessions, I'll get my heavies. And what I do is I'll drink a few heavy ones before I start a live. And then I have my bag full of all my 4.8, 5%, 5.2, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And I just take that all the way. But sometimes I get swilly as all hell, man. In other words, I get drunk. You got to be really careful. You got to be really careful these lives.
Yeah, I almost chugged those. It's funny, a couple of the guys on some of the videos I've done.
Chugging does it.
You guys saying, well, let's see how it tastes or whatever, and I'll take it and I'll stop. And they're like, your taste was almost half the glass. And I'm like, I had to literally force myself to stop because it was that good going down. I could have chugged the whole thing and anything for the pitcher to take for untapped or anything like that. So
that'll get you drunk as hell fast, though. Holy crap!
I went to school at West Virginia, so back then we were like top party school. So we did everything from funneling to shotgun and everything else in between. So
nice.
That kind of beer real quick is not a problem.
Oh, that's great. Although it's funny, I lived. Well, I was in 10 years in North Carolina. I lived in Boone, North Carolina, by Appalachian State University.
Yeah.
So that was really a cool freaking party town, man. Like there was so many things happening there, a lot of parties, a lot of chugging, a lot of fun times. So I can kind of relate to what you're saying. It's cool.
It's a good time. It was, well, I should say it was a good time, but
Yeah.
It's
still fun from time to time.
I think the kids nowadays, we give them a run for their money because they don't know how to party like we did back in the day. So I see kids nowadays taking naps. I gotta take a nap before I go out tonight. What?
Take a nap for bills.
It's like you come home from work or class, you put your stuff down, you just go right out and keep it rolling, son. What are you talking about taking a nap?
Yeah. Take a nap after I have a few beers.
Yeah.
Well, when you're younger, you don't. I never used to think of beer as my first beverage of choice or anything really, for that matter. But as you start to drink, you get so familiar with the feeling and the taste that you want one so bad. When you come home from work, you're like, damn it, I gotta have one. And if you don't have one, you're losing it, you know. But
like not really.
It's not like an alcoholic
coffee, right? Not till I get my coffee at home. Not till I get my beer.
Right. Gotta have the coffee too in the morning for sure.
Yeah. You have to hold that thought for a second.
Right. Eyes are foggy until I have it. So. Oh man, I look like a dry, beat up old man this morning. I don't know what happened. I should have drank more water yesterday.
You gotta keep hydrated. You gotta keep that balance going.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. But before we wrap up here, I'd say anything that you like to see to be done with beers, anything like in the beer world that kind of, I don't say getting your crawl, but anything you like to see get done better out there from what you notice and partake in? Does anything jump out to you?
You know, the beer world's kind of like the technology world. Everything is so fast and updates so quickly, and you don't really know what's happening next. So many people have so many different minds and so many different. There's such an art in creating a craft beer that really all I can say is just keep it coming. You know, I don't want to see anything different. I just want to see it keep as a taster on YouTube. I want to see new stuff come in all the time. So just keep it rolling. Keep doing a good job, and as soon as I start brewing, maybe I'll start being the same, you know. But yeah, no, much love to all the brewers out there that were making these awesome beers. Thank you.
Yes, definitely.
Cheers.
Well, as we go to wrap up, anything that people can expect from your channel, what would you like to say about your channel for people to expect? Things they can look forward to. I mean,
you know, I'm always changing. I'm always innovative. I try to innovate certain ideas and concepts. Every few months, I come up with a new branding idea or a new kind of way of doing things. Recently, I just plugged off something. You know, I took the word of the day out and kind of changing, kind of adding music into my lives and kind of stuff like that. I'm not the greatest artist, you know, musical artist in the world, but I love to play and stuff when I get high. I love to bring in the weed stuff, and so it's hopefully that will all work out. Expect to see this this creation of madness that I've created, and hopefully it'll come out being good in the end. I don't know. I'm a little worried about how it's starting. I don't know how people are taking to the weed thing. So hopefully, I haven't even put out a video yet on it, and I have one to do. I think tonight I'm going to do it or tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
But, got a lot on Trees Whiz, but not on this one. Yeah. So not much. You know, just keep on understanding that I'm gonna keep changing. Every 3 to 4 months, I'll probably be changing up some stuff. If I get bored with something, I'll create something new. That's what it is. So,
that's basically fresh.
Fresh, yeah, for sure.
Well, thanks again for being here. And before we head out, let's take another look here at the channel. That way, if people want to, they got in late, they want to subscribe, they want to see it, they want to know where to find you, then they can see that all here. So make sure you go out to Beer Man is the channel. It's Beer Time with the Beer Man. You got the nice cover shot there. Lots of good videos. Link is in the description. Go out here, sub to my homie, check him out, check out the channel, all he's doing, all the fun stuff. It's just all part of the Beer Man things happening. It's all about spreading the word, and you're a great man. You're doing some good things. So definitely, again, appreciate having you on here to share some of that. So kudos to you and your journey. You are rolling, rocking and rolling, doing some good stuff. So you about caught me in subs, I think, at this point almost. So
yeah,
you're moving, son. You're grooving.
moving and grooving. Hopefully, not losing everyone.
I don't think you have to worry about that. I think you're pretty solid. So going to go ahead and sign off here. Thanks for everybody that participated and watched tonight. You have comments, leave them in the comments section. Of course, like, comment, subscribe. Go to Beer Man's channel, check him out, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Look forward to catching up with you guys soon, and look out for the next YouTuber Spotlight. Thanks to Beer Man for being our guest for this one. Cheers. Drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on.
Nice.